Alright, this is Boxing with the Truth, and I am the Truth. Today is September 6, 2015, and today we have with us Tony Superbad Harrison. How you doing today, Tony?
How's it going, man?
Well, I'm glad that you could take time to do the interview. I know you're a busy guy, so I just want to update the fans a little bit on who you are, what you've been doing, and where you're going, okay?
Okay.
So first off, I know you your amateur record was 75-12, and you won the Michigan Golden Gloves twice, right?
Right.
So tell me how you got involved in boxing, though, to begin with.
My mom actually got me in boxing. Just getting suspended in school all the time for fighting. The neighborhood we were staying in was more of a fighting neighborhood. You know what I mean? Before everybody started killing each other with guns, it was more of a fighting neighborhood. So. You know what I mean? Fighting just was the way. So instead of me growing up in the street, my mom just got me out of that quick and got me in it young when I kept getting suspended every other day, and got me in it and said it's time to turn that energy into destructive time.
Okay, and now you actually fight at super welterweight, and you're out of Detroit, Michigan, right?
Yep, I'm out of Detroit, Michigan.
And your pro record right now is 21 wins, 18 knockouts, and 1 loss.
Yeah, that one on the end sound kind of nasty, but that's the right one.
Well, we're gonna get to that in a minute. So I actually want to let the fans know, some of them might not be aware that you were actually born into boxing, because your grandfather Henry Hank, he actually won 62 fights, lost 30, and had 4 draws. And your father Ali Salam, is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's how you say it.
He actually was a welterweight, and he went 11-6. So you had pretty much no choice but to be a boxer.
Yeah, I had no choice, but at a young age, I didn't know the history of it, or who my granddad was, and So at a young age, it just was in me to fight. You know what I mean? And, my mom got me in it, knowing the history of my granddad and my dad, and that's exactly how it happened.
Now your dad is actually your trainer, right?
Yeah, my dad is my trainer.
Okay, now I want to jump up, like you said. Unfortunately, that one loss does sound bad. And for the fans that didn't see this fight, this was back on July 11th. It was on Premier Boxing Champions, I believe. And it was actually a really, really good fight. And you were actually winning until the 9th round, where you got TKO'd and you just caught a shot. And sometimes that happens in boxing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the sport we in, man. But, you know what I mean? I truly just don't call it a loss. I call it a lesson. You know what I mean? There was a lot of things learned that day. You know what I mean? And if I just would have just stuck with the game plan, and that late in the fight, just win at that point. You know what I mean? And I handed it to him. You know what I mean? But it honestly wasn't the hardest shot in the world. You know what I mean? Like I said, I sparred Gennady Golovkin. I've been hit by him. I've been hit by Vladimir Klitschko. You know what I mean? I've been hit by Adonis Stevenson, Andy Lee, and that shot was honestly literally bullshit. You know what I mean? So that's how I know the shot was just perfect. It was perfect. It was more like on the temple, on top of the head, on the temple. You know what I mean? And it was just a perfect shot. You know what I mean? So all kudos to Willie Nelson, man. I'm not knocking his win, but I handed it to him. You know what I mean? I was up on every scorecard. You know what I mean? And if you watch the fight, man, I dominated that guy.
No, I agree. I was watching the fight, and I was completely stunned when he hit you with that, and you went down, and I was like, "What just happened?" But even Teddy Atlas mentioned the fact that if you get hit on the temple, there's just nothing you can do.
Yeah, man. But I was kind of sad that it was in the ref's hands, because I got up. You know what I mean? And if you can see, I spoke, you know what I mean? I pushed the ref off me. I'm like, I'm all right. You know what I mean? I spoke after, I spoke on the microphone. I walked myself to the, you know what I mean? So it wasn't that kind of shot for me. You know what I mean? I walked to the ring. I walked to the corner, but it was more of a walk of disappointment that my first time getting knocked down, that I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was hurt, or, you know what I mean? It was that devastating of a shot to me. You know what I mean? It was just more of a more distraught, because it never happened to me. You know what I mean? Amateur, pro, sparring, I have never ever been knocked down. You know what I mean? So it was more, I got to the corner and was more mad at myself for allowing it to happen. You know what I mean? But it was, like I said, it was a good play shot. But like I said, I got on my feet, man, and it was just in the ref hands after that. You know, he get paid to do his job too, and I don't know what he saw. He said I turned my back to him. But, you know, it's plenty of fights that I watch, and I see that people turn their back and they don't get the fight stopped on them. You know what I mean? But, you know, it was a real job, man. And that's it, man. I dominated the fight, man. And to be honest, man, Willie Nelson actually was one of the more easier fights for me. You know what I mean? I did what I wanted to do. I controlled the pace of the fight. You know, I fought when I wanted to fight. I jabbed when I wanted to jab. I moved when I wanted to move. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like that devastating of a hard fight for me. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, like I said, it was a lesson learned, man, that when you got to fight when you up and you got to fight like that, you got to just win. You know what I mean? There was a lot of things that we could have did different as a team. You know, the advice I could have got different. You know what I mean? At that ninth round. There's a lot of stuff we could have done different, man. And, you know, but all in all, we can say anything we want. The weight loss problem, we can say anything we want. But all in all, man, I gotta win the fight, man. I'm winning the fight, and I gotta win it.
Is there any talks about a rematch?
I got the best manager in the world, man. Al Heyman, he knows exactly what I want. You know what I mean? He knows exactly what I want. And I called him, you know, like a couple of days after that, and I told him exactly what I wanted. You know, he wanted to make sure I was for sure that I wanted it, and I want it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that was the worst plane ride home ever. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that I want to do again. You know what I mean? But I don't care if I become world champion. I don't care if I make $10 billion. I don't care if I win a world championship. This fight will always be on my mind until I get it back. You know what I mean? If you do it twice, I'm a believer.
Okay. And before I forget, and the boxing fans out there, I just want you guys to know too, show some love to Tony Harrison in the next couple days. Happy birthday, Tony Harrison. His birthday is in 3 days. He's having a party tonight. So everybody get on. Huh?
My birthday actually is today.
Today's your birthday?
Yeah, today is my birthday.
Oh, I thought I read it somewhere it was September 9th.
No. That's just like a gimmick.
Okay, so it's today, so everybody get on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter and tell Tony Harrison, show him some love, happy birthday.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
So anyways, I want to get to another, I want to talk about Emmanuel Stewart. What did he mean to you in your career?
He meant the world, man. He meant the world to me. That was my friend. You know what I mean? It was bigger than boxing with me and him. You know, that was literally, genuinely my friend. You know, and I just believe it, and not just him as a trainer, just his expertise in that fight, I'll win that fight. You know what I mean? And not knocking my corner, because I love my corner. You know what I mean? My team stands strong. The loss actually made us grow. You know what I mean? It made us stronger. It brought us together. But, you know, the experience for it, you know what I mean, it's something that we could have had more of. You know what I mean? Like, it's my first time being on that stage. My dad's first time being on that stage. My assistant trainers, my cousin. You know, this all our first time, and man, the way we've been doing it, man, it's just been like on the way. You know what I mean? We've been learning on the way. We've been doing everything as a unit, man. We've been doing it on the way, though. You know what I mean? It's just been on the way on the road. You know, we've been learning on the road, man. And if we just would have had a little more experience, I think we win that fight easily. You know what I mean? But we can say, like I said, we can say all we want to say. Tony Harrison has to win that fight, man. And my heart lost me the fight, man. You know, at the ninth round, you know, I wanted it so bad, man. I convinced myself to try to go for the knockout. You know, I convinced myself to try to get the knockout when it happened. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And then at that point, when I realized that I could just win the fight, You know, so it's a learning experience for me, man.
So losing Emmanuel Stewart out of your life affected you quite a bit.
It affected me mentally. You know what I mean? Like that's like my best friend dying. You know what I mean? So I'm not, you know, literally calling him my best friend, but it felt like that. You know, it was genuinely one of those you know, best friend moments where, you know, he died, and you know what I mean, and you don't never forget it.
Okay, so now tell me, a guy coming from Detroit, and I know you kind of had a tough upbringing a little bit, and then you got a chance to, your debut was actually in Germany, and you fought over there on some of the Klitschko cards. So talk to me about that, about fighting in the other countries compared to over here.
Man, it was a blessing, man. Meeting the guys that I met, fighting where I fought. You know, I would never dream of fighting. I didn't ever dream of fighting in Germany, Switzerland. You know, seeing those backgrounds, seeing the different cultures, seeing the different changes. You know what I mean? I've never, you know, it's something I've never experienced. You know what I mean? Through Emmanuel, I had the opportunity to do that, where 100 million fighters won't ever get that opportunity. You know, I don't care how big you is. You know what I mean? I don't care who world champion. You know, I don't care. It's world champions right now who's never fought outside the state. You know what I mean? So those experiences were humbling. You know what I mean? Coming from a guy that's sagging and wearing white tees all the time to, you know what I mean, to learning how to eat around other people, man. You know what I mean? Just live a different lifestyle, man. And, you know what I mean? It changed me in 100 million different ways.
Okay. Do you have any superstitions or rituals that you do or habits before a fight?
Superstitious.
Or just habits, something that you need to do the same way every time before a fight?
I mean, if you ask me, I gotta take a shower before I fight. I gotta take a shower. I gotta take a shower and brush my teeth right before I go to where I gotta go to fight.
Okay. Now, also, one of the great NFL tight ends, Antonio Gates, is actually your cousin, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Now he's been doing some boxing promoting lately, right?
Yep.
So are you guys working out anything? Are you going to be on any of his cards?
Well, like I said, I got the best manager in the world, man, and you know, what my cousin is doing is more of a startup fighter. You know what I mean? He's on that's that kind of platform where it's not televised, and you know, he's doing club shows. But if the opportunity ever presents itself for him to promote a big card and TV is brought to the city of Detroit, you know, I would love to work with my family.
So now a guy like Antonio Gates, I mean, he's been in the big business of sports for a long time, and so has he given you any financial advice on how to deal with the boxing business?
I mean, no, not really, man. He just more so giving me cousin advice. You know what I mean? That's more what I get from him. Is more cousin advice. You know, more big cousin advice, and you know, just you know, how to spend your money most of the time, and you know what I mean, and you know the phone calls you get when you start to make money. You know, more of those talks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, give me an activity outside of boxing that has nothing to do with boxing that you enjoy doing.
Like I said, when you called me the first time, man, I'm a head coach of a little league team that's actually spokesperson, head person is Antonio Gates. You know what I mean? It's in the inner city of Detroit. I'm the head coach. We've been undefeated for 2 straight years. We won the national championship last year. Number 1 ranked team in the country last year. And that was our first game was today. Actually, it was supposed to be yesterday, but they changed it to today. And it was a real good game. We won 21-6.
And that's a youth football league, right?
A youth football league in the city of Detroit.
And what are they called? Go ahead and give them a shout out.
We call it the Michigan Bulldogs, man. And I'm proud of my boys. On my birthday, our first game was today, and we had a real good game, man. And this group of guys are special, man. And that's something you need to look out for. Is these group of kids that I'm working with right now.
Okay, tell me something that your boxing fans don't know about you, Tony.
I mean, they need to know, man, that Tony Harrison is truly for the city of Detroit, man. Like, when I say I won't change for the broken city, that's exactly what I want, man. And, you know, it don't always have to be financial for me, but, you know, I donate money to schools, and, you know, I just actually bought a building, 17,000 square feet, that I'm turning into a building for the inner city youth of the city. You know what I mean? Some guys get their money and they take it to places that don't need it. You know what I mean? That's outside the city. You know what I mean? But I'm in the heart of the city, in the heart of the ghetto of Detroit, man, on Pearson. And I opened up a gym. I bought a building, and you know, in about the next 2 weeks, it should be opening, man, for in the city. And it's not just for boxing. It's for the casual fan or the casual youth to just stay healthy. You know what I mean? Like I said, 17,000 square feet. It's gonna have everything you need in it. You know, for the typical woman, for just self-defense classes, for youth that want to box, for the typical guy that just want to work out all season. It's gonna have all that, man. And like I said, I'm truly for the city of Detroit, man. I'm truly for my family, and I'm just a low key guy, man. And like I said, the loss, man, just kind of showed me who's with you and who ain't with you. You know what I mean? I got more people calling my phone when I lost than I was when I was winning. You know what I mean? Like when you win, they don't tell you congratulations on the win, but you lose, and you know what I mean, and they hate you. You know what I mean? And so, you know what I mean? Like you gotta stand strong though, man. But because I just believe, man, you're not from the city of Detroit. You're not from a city of hustling. Period, man. If you don't know what a loss feel like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't have worse losses than this. You know what I mean? Just a fight loss, man. That's it. You know what I mean? I done lost houses. You know what I mean? Yeah, like that's. You know what I mean? I know what defeat feel like. You know what I mean? And as a man, I'm strong enough to face defeat. You know what I mean? That's why I got on the comment day after that I want to speak. I said, of course. I do it when I win. I'm gonna do it when I lose. Of course I'll speak. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? Just part of being a good sportsman, man, and just a humble guy, man. But you know, stand for what you believe in, and that's what I do, man. And I'm for the city. And like I said, in 2 weeks, man, you were gonna hear about one of the best facilities that Detroit has to offer you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And in the heart of the city, in the ghetto, like in the ghetto part of the city. You know what I mean? Where most of the violence is happening. You know what I mean? But you know, it gotta start somewhere. And I think that neighborhood needed somebody. When you feel like a neighborhood needs it, you know, that's when I want, and that's what I want to provide for.
Okay, so tell me somebody that inspires you inside and outside the ring in your life, Tony.
I would say my family, man. My mom, my dad, my brothers, and my cousin. You know, like I'm just more of a family guy, man. Anybody outside it, you know what I mean, it's more of a spoken outsider for me. You know what I mean? But family is number one, man. Family has always been number one for me. You know what I mean? So everybody you see around me is family. Everybody I'm with, if I'm taking a picture with them, is family. You know what I mean? My whole team, when you see 20 people with me, 20 of them is family. You know what I mean? So that's how I roll, man. I'm a family guy, man. And they inspire me, man. They inspire me to be great. They inspire me to keep my head on right. And I don't have no yes men around me. You know, all I have around me is great men that want to see you succeed as much as you want to succeed, and to do anything to help you succeed.
Okay, so is there any talks of you getting back in the ring anytime soon?
I'll be back in the ring next month.
Do you have
I'll be back in the ring. Yeah, I'll be back in the ring next month. I promise you, you're gonna see the best Tony Harrison you could possibly see.
Do you have an opponent?
Like, as of right now, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. You know, it talks about a couple different guys. One of them was James De La Rosa. You know, so I just don't know yet. You know what I mean? But you know, I mean, whoever it is, man, I think you're going to see the best Tony Harrison. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's no more fear of losing. You know what I mean? Because the loss had already happened. So now you just go out there and have fun. I mean, now you're going to see a lot of fun that I'm going to have my next fight, man. I'm going to be sharp. You're going to see a better boxing Tony. No more heart is being involved in the Tony Harrison no more. No more fighting off heart. No more fighting off fans. You know, I'm fighting for me. I'm fighting for family, and I'm fighting smart. Now from here on out.
Okay, well, I got a question. Seeing you brought up Detroit, I want to know, and some of the fans probably want to know, is there ever going to be a Detroit showdown between you and Cornelius Bundrage?
I actually just was helping K9 get ready for his fight with Charlo. I was one of his sparring partners. I was his main sparring partner. Me and another undefeated Dominique Dalton who has a fight coming up. So I just been helping those guys train for their fights, man. And you know, they look fabulous, man. And you know, the sparring sessions that we had together, actually, if you watch them, are better than fights. You know what I mean? We get in there and we fight like it's, you know what I mean? We push each other, we be competitive, and we do it like it's no tomorrow. And the sparring sessions we have, man, are like Gerald McCullough and James Toney sparring sessions. You know what I mean? Like, we make each other better. You know, it's tit for tat. It's make each other better. It's, you know what I mean? It's entertaining. And like I said, I think K9 is more than ready. And next up, Dominique Darden fight Carlos Molina. Not Carlos Molina, but Oscar Molina. Two undefeated fighters getting ready to fight again. He's actually 154 and is a hell of a talent. A hell of a talent. You know, one of the sharpest 154s you will ever see. You know, so I've just been helping these guys, man. I think they'll be more than ready when the time comes.
But down the road, if the money's ever right, will you and Cornelius Bundrage tear it up in the ring?
Man, family. Like I said, man, you got your answer when you ask me who I fight for, man. It's my family. You know what I mean? So if it makes sense, I'm all down for it, man. But it just got to make sense, man. And I got the best manager in the world. I know it makes sense. So if the fight ever came down to it and K9 had a chance to beat his family, I got a chance to beat mine, I think we'll meet up in the middle. You know what I mean? That would be that square.
Okay. Well, listen, on that, I'm going to end the interview. I want to promote the fact that he just announced that he will be in the ring hopefully next month. So everybody look out for Tony Harrison. He will be back in the ring hopefully next month. And once again, happy birthday, Tony. And everybody go on his Instagram, blow it up his Facebook, his Twitter, and show the love to Tony Harrison.
And I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everybody that's been supporting me since day one. Those that left positive comments, you know, after the loss. And I just want y'all to know that it didn't go unnoticed, that I recognize it, and y'all the reason why I'm going to get back and I'm going to bounce back so much harder. I'm going to show y'all what a champion look like after that.
All right, and the truth has spoken.